All right. We started recording here. We're recording on Blog Talk Radio. Folks, I am Clay Douglas. I am the Free American, have been for many years. And I just had J.B. Campbell schedule this. Now, you've heard my theme song on Blog Talk Radio. I want you to listen to that. I want you to listen to that just a little bit. Because, well, think about it. J.B. Campbell was just blocked from my show. How about a kiss? How about a kiss? Yeah, sound is great here, but you couldn't hear JB or my guest the last 2 days on Blog Talk Radio, on Blog TV. We'll be, hopefully, we'll talk to him. You don't think JB was blocked? I mean, the Homeland Security approached one of my guests. That's what this whole theme song, how that came about. Now, they are afraid of two things. They are afraid of, first of all, the average person waking up here, figuring out what's going on. They're afraid of that. They're afraid of me putting this kind of information out. They're scared to death, folks. That's why there's been so much technical problems. Both my lady, Lynn, and myself had our computer attacked last week. They didn't want this show to happen. They didn't want the information to come out. They don't want you to know about the smart meters. They don't want you to know that there is an answer. And we're going to be presenting the answers for that on this show all this week. I'm starting it right now by telling you that my guest next week, I've already talked about it 2 or 3 days ago. I talked about it Monday, I believe it was, about the tiny Texas homes. Well, I have had somebody go there. You know what, you dumb son of a bitch? I am not your brother. How about that? And the tiny Texas houses, they are building and doing it right, not the way I first envisioned. Everything changed. I envisioned the answer to this whole global situation. I thought I could develop my little 5 acres there in Bingham, New Mexico. Put Cabco cabins on it, put this on it, put that on it, do this to it, put teepees on it, and rent them out and actually run a business. And I did run a business there 30 miles from the nearest town for 10 years at least. And I did have people come there. I did have people come stay there. We've got the opportunity to do that all over this country. The foundation of every civilization is the self-sufficient family farm. Now that family farm could be in your backyard, just like a couple did there in Glendale, California. They turned their front yard and their backyard into a garden. And they were feeding the whole neighborhood. Now, this isn't just something trying to come up with Bogreit's Almost Heaven, which all of the people that bought into that bought homes, built homes, dug wells, they referred to it as Almost Heaven. That's that. We've got places that are commercial. We've got places that build houses. We've got places that build teepees, that build yurts. We've got places, teepees that'll just blow away. Yeah, hurricanes coming or storms coming. You can always roll your teepee up, go down the shelter. And if you don't like neighbors next door, you can move. The concept of Liberty Villages is self-sufficiency. Generate your own power, grow your own food, become a little more self-sufficient. Become a little more independent. Declaration of Independence is going to be on the wall of every Liberty Village. The Bill of Rights is going to be on the wall. Maybe it's like Campbell says, JB says, that the Constitution was designed for the bankers, and the government's designed for the bankers, and the central government is the power structure. D.C. was set up just like the City of London, just like the Vatican. That is our enemies. That is the people that want to rule us. That is the people. That's our enemy, folks, because they want to enslave you. Now, America, the American Indian, had far more of a culture than the government wants you to know about. The mound builders in the Mississippi, up and down the Mississippi, had a very advanced civilization that in many ways, the Indian civilization, and my guest, Kirk McKenzie, talked about this on 2 days ago, a couple of days ago, yesterday. And he talked. He said, I sound more like an Agenda 21 person because I'm advocating a return to managing the land. By the time Christopher Columbus came here, Europe, the European culture was spoiled. The fish didn't flow in the rivers. The deer didn't play on the hillsides. They had wiped them all out. Now, they had domesticated animals. They concentrated on them. That's okay. They brought us the pigs, the horses, cattle, stuff like that. But the Indians, they could fish anytime they want. They could gather whenever they want. And it was their heritage. The buffalo. Millions of them roamed this country. They went after the food supply. This is what tyrants do. And it's listed right here in your Communist Manifesto. Right here in this little booklet, online. It shows out the whole Communist Manifesto. Corporate farms. They want food farms because they want to keep you dependent. You want your food today? Have you been a good boy? Have you been a model slave today? Well, if you think that's the way man's supposed to live, if you think we're supposed to be slaves, and you're trained from the get-go, 7 o'clock, time for school. I can't express. I gotta be on time. You know, when I was living the way I live, I don't exactly do that. I am up 4 o'clock in the morning. I do my show at 7 o'clock in the morning because I choose to do it and live. I got lots of choices. I am Clay Douglas. I am the free American. I do write books, and I write pretty good books. Most of the trolls on here, they wouldn't know that because they can't fucking read past the second grade, level. So, it's obvious from their comments. Sometimes that's why I'm letting them stay in. That's why, they're the most intelligent thing you can say to somebody with a genius IQ is, you have a funny voice. Yeah, that's why I don't make obscene phone calls. And it's why you're trolls, because you are too scared. My phone number's up on every site. My email's up on all of my sites. I have a lot of sites. I do a lot of shows. I have a lot of things on YouTube. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you about what's real. I'm telling you I don't get on my knees and pray to some Jesus I never met. I don't get on my knees, stick my nose in the dirt, and pray to somebody named Mohammed that was illiterate, couldn't write. So obviously the whole Quran was written by Jewish scholars, Jewish writers, Jewish scribes, who were busy working, collecting their tax dollars all the way back to Egypt. It's never been easy to be free. And what I'm telling you about the Liberty Villages is a way you can be free. That's why they're so afraid of it. That's why the National Animal Identification Act was induced. That's why. It's all been done because they don't want you to be independent. How are you going to get them back on the farm after they've seen L.A.? The farmers and ranchers tell me, our biggest problem is getting help out here. The kids don't want to come back out here anymore. They're too involved with the Miami Vice. They're too involved with American Idol. They don't want to work the land. They don't want to work. Well, I want to make it fun. I want to make it fun again, and we're going to try that. We're going to try to do that. We're going to try to present these communities. LibertyVillages.org will be a place you send an application if you want to live in a house. Tell us what part of the country you want to live in. Tell us what you are willing to spend on a shelter. I don't want to sell you a box in a neighborhood. That box in a neighborhood is a package, and you're slid in there like tuna. Come on, it can be different. And if you're in a neighborhood, if you got out and talked to your neighbors and organized your neighbors and had them dig the backyard that nobody ever sees up and put food in it, put solar on the roof, told everybody in the neighborhood, we're going to try to experiment. We're going to try to go over here, and we're just going to try to do it in this neighborhood or this town. Now we can do this in a small town. This is community action. This is community organizing the way it should be, not following the Alinsky method. It's we didn't accuse you of being a child molester. We accused you of protecting one. What child molester was I protecting? Bill Clinton, George Bush. George Bush was a child molester. He's the one that was molesting Kathy O'Brien's daughter. And the point is, we're going to be doing this. We've got houses. Now, the tiny Texas houses, you can buy those. You can put them up. You can put them in your backyard. You can put it on your property. The question you have to ask yourself, do you need 2,000 square feet? I live real comfortable in a 36 by 12 foot trailer. Real comfortable. So smaller houses, we're going to be talking about that next. And we intend to set them in rural areas because President Obama put out an executive order telling you that rural communities, wow, that's where it's at. Where and there's a lot of economic potential in the industry. There's lots of economic potential there. That's why the federal government needs to get involved. Well, I think we take that executive order, take out the part about the federal government doing it, take that executive order to the counties and say we want to build a county, we want to organize people, we are going to start producing on Liberty Villages low-cost solar panels. Now, once you get the converter, once you get the inverter, whatever, once you get all that set up and you got the batteries, you become hurricane-proof, tornado-proof, and you got that garden growing in the backyard. It's how we've done it for tens of thousands of years. Now, you're about to learn, I wrote about something happening 40 years ago. Now that I've got the help here that I need, now that I've got the support that I need, now that I've got a family back together, now that I've got my businesses lined up, now and the computers will be ready by the weekend. We're ready to move on. And I plan on writing some books. Because the book I wrote 40 years ago just came up. It just came up. They have discovered in Iraq. Now, there's reasons that you're not understanding about Iraq, about Iran, about what's happening there, because Iran and Iraq is the birthplace of civilization. It is where the Bible comes. It's where we came from, us Israelites. That's true. We crossed the Caucasus Mountain, we came out of Christian identity is right about that. But the British Israel, the Christian identity, and all of that kind of came out under, it kind of sprang from the Talmud, that dual seed line, all that trying to set people apart. Now there may be two seed lines. So Christian identity and even Christianity. Yeah, I believe in Jesus. I believe in the crucifixion. I believe he was a man that was trying to tell you the God's within you, that we got the power. They've discovered in Iraq and Romania. Thousands of year old facilities with holograms, energy devices, and force fields. That's right, Iraq is where Babylon was. What country was mentioned more in the Bible than Israel? Who is this dumb motherfucker? Well, they've lost the ability of language. You know, this actually, folks, this is a good. If you're, this is exactly why we have the problems we have, because the average poor bite out there is too fucking dumb to add to it. Just too fucking dumb. We are our own worst enemy. You have bred your own worst enemy. Families can't stick together. Maybe it's part of it's programming, part of it's drugs, part of it is the electronics in the air. But I don't think that's the only thing. I think you just can't fix stupid, and some people don't want to admit nothing. They don't want to see nothing. And the only thing they can do is be negative. We are putting something together. Liberty Villages is coming together. Liberty Village could happen in your neighborhood. My phone numbers are up on the site. It's up. My emails are up on the site. If you're interested, libertyvillages.org is going to become a clearinghouse. You send a resume in. You've got land, you send that in. It's going to be a connection. We've got other people who will be handling the website. I won't be involved. We've got a doctor, a PhD that will be working with us. He will be running the Liberty Village Cooperative. And we've got people we've got teepees, we've got yurts, we've got tiny Texas houses, and we've got monolithic domes, all available to us. We've also got our generators, and this next year I'm going to be, the book I started 40 years ago, it has been confirmed, possibly within the last year, 10 years, that what I wrote about an advanced civilization 10,000 years ago was true. And that's what my new books are about. That's what the Solomon series is about. That's what the Lucifer series is about. And what's happening currently, the fiction I wrote about that, it occurred too. I talked about a nuclear power plant, a plan to blow up a nuclear power plant. It happened in Japan, not Miami. But, of course, my character was on duty in Miami. Now, I'm going to be writing books. Lynn is going to be handling our business affairs. And if you can't get a hold of either one of us on Skype, you can always send us an email, because we're probably out riding and really enjoying ourselves and really enjoying our life until we move into another neighborhood, into another type of structure, possibly, although I don't like it. And maybe we'll be taking this and the TVs around the country. We don't know yet. Anything is possible. And we've got land, we've got structures, we've got talented people, and we got you listening to somebody that's got a lot more together than Rush. And I've actually, one of the locations that we have advertised on the Fairmare and supported by Dr. Jake Wade from Timothy Bible College, is right there in the Austin area. Now, personally, I like to go to Austin. Austin's always been one of my favorite places. Got a great swimming pool, got a great nude beach. And I'd love to be there to compete with Alex Jones. Not putting Alex Jones down. He's married to a Jewish lady. She's beautiful. She runs his website. Got beautiful Jewish kids that are dual citizens. So, more power to you. Now, Alex won't talk to you about the Jewish setup because his advertisers are Jewish. His GCN network is owned by Jews, and they don't want you to hear me. So, I might end up in Austin. Maybe I could get my own bullhorn, you think? Maybe? Huh? No? Nah, it doesn't matter. I don't need a bullhorn, Alex. You can hear me across the room when I'm whispering. And my books are advertised. My books are available. My books are available on Amazon.com. My books are available on Kindle. That's right. I don't need Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right now? Is it coming through? Is it coming through? Watch it! Watch out! Watch out for that boot! Well, I got things to do. Someone to do it with. We'll be available. We'll be answering the phones. We will be taking applications. You can fill out an application. I'll have one made up shortly. I'll find one. We'll put that up. On the website, you can fill out an application. If you're looking for a place to stay, if you're suddenly homeless, what do you got to work with? Where do you want to go? What area? You tell me. I'm putting Liberty Villages together. I'm writing my books. Every Liberty Village, you'll have access to heritage scenes. Every Liberty Village, you'll have access to solar and wind. You'll produce your own solar and wind panels. We will instruct you how to do that. And I don't want to run your village. I want you to run your village. I want you to find 10 friends that you don't mind being around with. We're going to move a family in, Lynn's family in, possibly, when we get the village started. And so life can be good. You know what? We can change your county. We can affect our county. We can talk to our neighbors if we make sense. We ain't crazy. We're talking about self-sufficiency. And I will talk about Jews because they are responsible for a lot of Hollywood. We're going to fix that. We're going to do our own production companies. We're making our own movies. We're going to do this. You might catch me at a new beach. I've been to Hippie Hollow. Know the way. Know the way. Even know the spots on the hill. You know, he takes the binoculars. It's not like it has to go by. That's why it's called Hippie Hollow. All right, guys, we're about done here. I might have gone over time, might not. Sorry about any distraction, but hey, expect a little heat. It's easy to be. I always take responsibility for my own actions, and you ain't my brother. And you're a coward son of a bitch too, by the way. But it's just a trolls, folks. You don't have to be a troll. I got a phone number. I got a business that I've been running for about 40 years. God bless America. God bless you. God's real and alive on the internet. I am Clay Douglas. I am the free American.